Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and it's the questions of the three whys. Why are Liverpool not performing? Wayne Rooney says it's a lack of leaders. Why is it we can't ever get a proper title race? There always seems to be one team better than the others. And why are we not going to have Boxing Day fixtures this year? This is a breaking news story coming out that they are looking at not having any Premier League fixture schedule this year. We'll talk about that as well. But let's get straight into Liverpool. So Wayne Rooney, and look, I'll give you my thoughts on it at the moment. Very interesting point. And I think it's a great point. Wayne Rooney basically says the problem with Liverpool at the moment is that no one seen this coming. It's hit them quick. It's hit them hard. And I think they're struggling to find a way out of it. This is a time where the manager and the leaders in the team need to figure it out very quickly. Van Dijk and Salah, they've signed new deals. I don't think they've really led the team this season. I think the body language tells you a lot. And I think we're seeing slightly different body language from the two of them. They are top players in that team and their body language is not right. And that affects everybody else. Is it a lack of leaders that is causing Liverpool's problem? And how do they turn this around? Arsenal look very, very secure at the moment. It's ridiculous to say they've won the league, but it's hard to see who's going to challenge them. I mean, I was joking this morning, it could be Bournemouth or Man United, and that is not going to be a challenge as much as I would love it to be. It will not be a challenge. It really should be coming from a Liverpool, a Chelsea, or a Man City, and none of them look up to it at the moment. And I think Wayne Rooney hits on an interesting point. Tell me what you think. Is it about a lack of leaders? Well, I find that incredible. It just isn't right. But in a way, it probably is. I'm not got a problem with what Rooney's saying, but why is there no leaders at Liverpool? I look at Liverpool as a United fan last season and seasons before that, and I go, you can't move for leaders. Alisson, Trent, Robertson, Van Dijk, McAllister, Salah, loads of leaders in that team, and there's probably more. Yet this season, nobody seems to be able to drag them out of it. And one player can do that. Van Dijk can do that. Salah can do that. Andy Robertson can do that. Alisson can do that. I know some of these players aren't being picked or injured, but it is a big question mark. And I think Rooney makes a big point that it's not about mocking Liverpool. It's not about laughing Liverpool. There is a body language thing. I think he's absolutely right about Van Dijk. You look at it and he's got the worries of the world on his face. Salah looks slightly disengaged. What is it going wrong with Liverpool that, you look at previous Liverpool sides, previous United sides, and the rolling up of the sleeves, let's go, we're better than this. And there doesn't seem to be any of that. And there doesn't seem to be anybody responding to that. It's a slump. It's a slump and it's hard to see them getting out of it. And I think Villa and Man City in their next two games are going to be really difficult. I mean, in some ways, they're the perfect games because if you can win them, you're back. But if you don't win them, the problems continue. Maybe that Salah goal at the weekend, which was brilliant and hasn't been spoken about because they lost, maybe that can be the spark to get Salah going again. But there is a very strange lack of identity to Liverpool at the moment, almost reminiscent of what I said yesterday in the fact that Man City did this last year. You sort of looked at Man City and went, why are they losing so many games? I can't believe how many games they've lost. I mean, look, when you win the title, my theory is when you win the title, you lose between 4 and 6 games, maybe 7. Liverpool have lost 4 already. I can't see it happening, but they've got to turn this around. They're not out of the title race yet. They're in the Champions League. They can win the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. They've still got a whole season ahead of them. They've got to turn it around, and the way to do that is you need those leaders to step up, which is why I keep saying I'd put Andy Robertson back into the team. But it's going to be interesting because I think that I spoke about this after the game on Saturday. They need some consistency, solidarity, and rhythm, and that can only come on the pitch from the players. And it's almost like they don't believe in the vision at the moment. And I don't think it's because they don't believe in Slot. I don't think it's that. I just think there's a multitude of reasons and they're really struggling. But yeah, look, some of these players should be stepping forward and they have to start stepping forward big time. I mean, they've got a big game on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup against Crystal Palace. It might not, the Carabao Cup's not the Champions League or the Premier League, but it could, you win it and people will go, well, it's not the Premier League or the Champions League. You lose it and go out and it's another crisis. So that becomes a big game as well. And it's a chance to get some rhythm. If I'm playing or I'm managing and my team's not doing well, the first thing I want is a competitive game to just try and get some rhythm back. So maybe it can be an opportunity for them. It is also interesting, the second why. Why is it for the last 3 years we've just not really had a proper title challenge? Like Man City won it the year before Liverpool. I know Arsenal were there or thereabouts, but you never felt they were. Liverpool last year, no one was there. And this year, at the moment, no one's there with Arsenal. There's no credible title challenge to Arsenal at the moment. Now, that might change. It's still only the end of October, but what is it? You know, and I've got to commend Arsenal as well. So many people said that with Arsenal, you know, bridesmaids, never the brides. You know, they're going to miss out on winning the league. The time is now, and they've missed out because they've finished second too many times. And by the time that they're good enough to win it, they won't be good enough. You know, you can't be second for 2-3 years and then wait for first place and hang around. That won't happen. Another team will come through and they'll have missed their chance. Wrong. They've hung around long enough and kept improving that actually they have waited in line and they are going to get their chance. And it's not always like that. You know, sometimes you queue, you wait, and somebody just keeps popping in like a closed lane on a motorway where you're waiting in line and everyone else is just going past and coming in at the end. But it looks like Arsenal's patience and rebuild and consistency is going to pay off because now they are formidable. They are the best. And I'm really struggling this season, and I really hope I'm wrong. I mean, I want Arsenal to win the league over Man City and Liverpool for obvious reasons, but I don't want them to run away with it easily. It'll be boring. I want a title challenge, and you know, whether that's Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, or whoever, I want to see a genuine title challenge. But at the moment, we just look like we're going to have a season like last year where Liverpool were just too good. And at the moment, it looks like Arsenal are going to be too good. It's strange. I don't know why that keeps happening. I don't even think there is a cause. I just think it's a coincidence. But we're definitely looking down that barrel at the moment that Arsenal are just going to keep winning and moving further and further away. And I don't know. Why is it? Who do you think could challenge them this year? Because I just don't see teams good enough or consistent enough to do it. Third why, this is coming in from the Daily Mail, that because the Premier League has to have so many weekend fixture game weeks, and Boxing Day is on a Friday, and the FA Cup now has to be played on the weekend, they're running out of weekends to use before the end of the season. So if they put all the games on a Friday, they lose a weekend fixture, which would be Saturday and Sunday, the 27th and the 28th. So the rumour is that on Boxing Day, we will get one game like we do on a Friday night, and then all the games will be Saturday, Sunday like a normal weekend. What are your thoughts about this? I think it's ridiculous. I think it ain't right. I think it's wrong. As far as I know, and I will just clarify this for you now, over the festive period, if they do that, our last Premier League fixture would be the 22nd of December, which is a Monday night game between Fulham and Forest, and the next games would be 5 days later on the 27th. So, you know, sometimes we've even had games on Christmas Eve, which I don't agree with, but certainly like the 23rd, always the 26th. We might get one game on Boxing Day. We could go 5 days over Christmas without a game. Monday the 22nd to Saturday the 27th. I'm not feeling it, to be honest with you. I'm not feeling it. I think Boxing Day is a huge part of the football festivities, and I think that we really should be getting them. And if it's just because of a technicality that the Premier League need to fulfill a certain number of weekend game weeks, so we can't have a Boxing Day fixture list, I think that's rubbish. I mean, somebody even said, well, it'll be back next year because Boxing Day's on a Saturday. But what about in a couple of years when it's on a Monday again? Do we not get Boxing Day fixtures? I mean, it's a tradition. We bloody need it as well. I think a lot of us, you know, after Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, you're sort of ready for a little bit of football. So, look, that's apparently coming down the line. Apparently, they were meant to announce the Christmas fixtures at the same time as the early December fixtures last week, but they're holding back on it, and you do wonder if there's a reason for that, if there's a bit of debate going on. We will be getting, we don't even know what the New Year's Eve fixtures are or the New Year's Day fixtures are yet, but apparently that's why it is, because they need to fulfill weekend fixtures criteria for, you know, the rules or sort of the TV or something like that. Anyway, give me your thoughts on that. Lots to get your teeth into. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe as always, and give me your answers to the 3 whys. I'll take care. The 3 wise men. There's only one. Didn't really work. Take care. Speak to you all in a bit.